Now, it can be difficult, of course, with the current conditions to stay productive while you are working from home. I've been working from home effectively since March, stuck in the house, but being extremely productive. Here's what I do to avoid distractions while working, but also being extremely productive. Now, I must preface this by saying since this lockdown hit, I've never been more productive. We shattered every single conceivable record, smashed every KPI, every metric internally with our business. So it's actually worked. Here's how. One of the things that I do is I try to set a routine as much as I can so it doesn't just become a mishmash of everything. So you're just half procrastinating, doing busy work and while watching TV. So one of the things I do is I get up, I immediately go on Slack and I do and I check in with my team. I see what do we need to do today. And one of the things that I've done is that we have a measuring system where we score what's functionally great at 85 out of 100 and what's great at 95. So I say, what does it take for me to score an 85? So I write down the tasks that I have to accomplish for the day. And if I do those and go beyond that, that's when I've had a great day. And that can actually help you stay really, really focused. And of course, if you write things down that you need to do, what gets tracked gets done, right? So another thing that I do is I try to get out of the house. Yes, I said I've been in the house, yes, for the most part. However, whenever you can, try to get some different sensory inputs, as I call it. Even in the building that I live in, sometimes I go into the lobby where there's a working area. Sometimes I go into the common area just to get different sensory inputs, different things. It can trigger your creativity and it can make you feel like you're not stuck in a cell. So that's another thing that can actually, just give you a little spark. It's been working for me. Now, and this goes to what I was saying, the sense of variety. You can also go to coffee shops. One of the things that we do is we lease out of a WeWork in the financial district in New York City. With everything that's happened, they give tenants access to other buildings. So I sometimes jump from different building to different building, just go in different conference rooms, different views. It just gives you, again, that sense of, it's an extension of what I mentioned before. And of course, that's something you could do too. Maybe you don't have a WeWork lease, but maybe there's a restaurant. Not everything is totally shut down. Some places, on Sunday, for instance, I went to a restaurant where there was a DJ, and then I had a little beverage, and I had my computer, and I posted up and worked. Some of these things can allow you to get creative and maybe go outside of the box of what you typically would think would be productive behavior. But most of all, figure out what it is that works for you. And the final point I would say, which I said, I actually led with this, but I want to really hammer it home. Make sure you track what it is that you do. Again, during the course of the pandemic, we built a system that I personally feel can optimize any business by like 70, 80% because it literally tracks everything. And it shows you any issues that are out there that you may not know, almost like a diagnosis that a doctor, you have symptoms and you don't know what it is, and this system would diagnose it. It's not that hard to do. You can just figure out what are your processes, what do you need to do, and how can you execute. Track it, and these are some of the things you can do while you're working from home. And that's the beauty of it, because also you can have more coffee meetings. Travel kills time. Not anymore. Zoom, Google Meets, FaceTime. So plenty of ways you can stay productive, and it's worked for us. I'm sure it can work for you too.